What up? LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Special shout out to YouTube for the love lately. It's been growing like crazy. Like, I think the biotech stocks that I'm doing is helping. And I think it doesn't hurt that the industry, just like it says underneath, clinical research is booming, guys and gals, mostly gals and guys. So, just really excited. Got it doesn't matter if you're site owner or somebody who works in the field, or somebody who wants to work in the field, or someone who wants to be a site owner, or somebody who's already doing something but wants to do something else, or somebody that wants to add on more of what they're doing. I interviewed Khadijah yesterday, who went from a clinical research assistant to a coordinator to another coordinator to like I think three coordinator positions to an in-house CRA and now a CRA and a contract CTA at the same time in about 2 years. I mean, this is the kind of industry we're in right now, guys. If you put yourself out there, and I asked her point blank because I think we learn better from others. And she wants to own a site too. So Khadijah's like a blueprint of what I think is possible, right? And she's just starting. I mean, let's see how it goes, but definitely in 2 years' time, very impressive. Site ownership, a whole nother level. Once you get into business, a whole nother level. However, something some semi-related to being your own business owner is a contractor. And I think that's an easy step from W2 to, well, okay, so that's a difficult step to go from W2 to 1099 for most people. But I think once you do that and you do want to go site ownership route later, it becomes an easier step than taking the plunge from lifelong W2 employee to business owner. So let me know what you think. We definitely need more sites out there, but it's not for everybody. I own Yuma Clinical Trials, CRMD, Breakthrough, soon to be Crossroads. Four sites. I don't plan on owning more. Um, Now, we help through my site network. We help sites across the country. So my site network has about 75 sites, including the sites I own, including the 4 sites I own. I'm only involved from those 4 sites in the day-to-day operations of one of those sites. For the rest, I used to be involved more in the day-to-day operations for all of them, but we got them to the point where we have staff who runs the day-to-day operations. So now I'm starting over for those following my journey. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly Moreno, how's it going? Yuma Clinical Trials, underserved area, research naive. There's never been clinical research in this town ever outside of oncology. So Kimberly says goals. It's very practical actually, but it goes from like coordinating skills are a must if you're going to go site ownership route. And if you've just been a CRA your whole life, you can still do it. I Some of our clients are CRAs that are very successful, but they had to learn. They had a lot of growing pains. I think the learning curve is steeper when you're a CRA with no research, no coordinating experience to go open your own site, because you're literally going from a box. As a CRA, you're taught to stay within your parameters, right? Color within the lines. And as a site owner, or any business for that matter, Brad, Brad's cracking me up. Brad's dropping the bars. Scared money, scared money don't make money. That's true, but scared money is important too, right? You're scared money for a reason, Brad. Fear is a good thing. It keeps us from doing dumb things. We still do dumb things. But when you go, speaking of site owner, Brad, super successful site owner. Brad, actually, I know you're doing your podcast and all that. I need you back on my podcast, man. We gotta go. We gotta do it again. It's been like 2 years now since we've done it, and we've actually been networking with each other on studies. Thank you for that, Brad. Um, Please keep up with me, okay? Like if I'm not responding, just reach out because I'm trying to grow my site here. But basically, you go from a box as a CRA to site owner, where it's just chaos. Brad can tell you, chaos, something different every day. You got to keep three key stakeholders happy initially, and then it's four key stakeholders later. So the first three are patients, PIs, and sponsors. And actually, the order is when you're starting out is PI first, get your PI, keep him or her happy, get more PIs, maybe specialists, keep them happy, get studies, keep the sponsors and CROs and CRAs happy, get patients in those studies, keep those patients happy, retention. The fourth one, later, when you're building your system and you don't want it depending on you anymore, employees. You got to keep your employees happy. I know way too many people, way too many site owners that haven't figured out that fourth part, and they get turnover issues. Um, that's a deep topic. That's a deep topic. And the companies take on the personality of the owner. So, especially the small sites. How many sites do you have now? In my site network, we have 75. I don't own all those 75. I own 4 sites. So, including my 4 sites, we currently have about 75 sites in our site network, paying us a monthly fee to get them studies, do contracts, do source docs, help them with anything, be available by phone to answer questions. Bulgaria in the house, my Eastern European neighbor. I'm Romanian and we're neighbors. Um, Brad, let's do it, man. Let's do it. So, okay, this is an important question by Kimberly. Let's get to Kimberly because it's related to what we're talking about. I like live streams though because we go off on tangents and that's half the fun. Okay, I am a CTM, clinical trial manager, and was a CRC for years. How does one find physicians interested? Okay, Kim, you got a good, solid background. You got solid DNA to be able to pull this off effectively. The physicians is the hardest thing you're going to do when you're a site owner, especially your first one. It's just a lot of networking, a lot of reaching out, a lot of skepticism. You have to learn how to combat skepticism. You got to understand physicians get approached by everybody wanting all kinds of things. You're going to be no different initially. So you got to show them why you're different. Why are you different? Well, clinical research. Most people don't approach them about clinical research, at least the ones I've been dealing with. So now they're intrigued. Then I come out. I come with the heavy guns. I come out with the big guns. I come with my books. Boom. I wrote this book. Yes, I did. That's how I got past the gatekeepers. I wrote this book. That's me on the back. Look it. So that gets me the face to face with the PI. Prior to writing the book, it was more difficult, right? And I didn't write the book to get more face to face meetings with PIs, but it's a nice side effect of the hard work we put into that book. Prior to that, I would go with flyers. I have flyer. This is what it means to be a PI. You can even go with my videos. Like I made videos for PIs for you guys to use. So you can even tell them you know me, Kimberly. Like just say, hey, I know this guy. This is what he does. I'm doing the same thing he's doing with you. I want to do it with you in this city. And it's like benefits to being a principal investigator. If you go on my YouTube page, you'll find it. I have a few actually. Benefits of clinical research for physicians, benefits of clinical research for principal investigators. There's a lot of those kind of videos on my channel. I would go with something impactful like right away, like that flyer, a video, or just you yourself. I know people always ask, hey, like, what kind of slides do I need to bring? What, honestly, the most impactful thing you can bring is yourself and your brain and your enthusiasm and your energy and your confidence. And don't come across as a salesperson. See, the difference between, and physicians know how to spot this, it's actually, I've learned this going into doctors' offices casual, like super casual. I have in places like Arizona, it's more appropriate than almost anywhere else to walk in a doctor's office with shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops. Generally, when I go meet with a doctor, I'll put on like a polo shirt and some jeans. All right, but this is obviously very regional. But don't go dressed up like a door-to-door salesman. Don't go in a fancy suit. All right, that's the number one thing. Don't do that. They know how to spot a salesperson. You don't want to do that. If you have scrubs, go with scrubs. Like they'll take you more seriously wearing scrubs. Right? They're going to be intrigued. When you walk in there, confident, the first thing is to get past the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is going to want to know who you are, and I'm getting paid to keep people like you away from my doctor. So the risk better outweigh the reward better outweigh the risk for me. Starbucks helps. Bringing donuts. There's been many times when a dozen donuts got me 3 minutes with the doctor. It works. Starbucks also. If it doesn't work the first time you go again. If it doesn't work the second time, go again. If it doesn't work the third time, go a fourth time. Go until you get a face-to-face with the doctor. Once you do, you got to be on your game. What's in it for them? This is where you got to do educational process in about 5 minutes. We do clinical research. My PI, the PI who I currently work with, 3 months ago, he asked me questions like, how much do patients get charged for being in studies? He had no idea how it worked because in this town, it's never been done. So I had to break it down for him. Patients don't pay, they get paid to be in studies. Drug companies create drugs or devices or biologics and need clinics like ours to conduct studies in accordance with GCP. And we need participants, and we need preferably participants that have never done research before. This is why your patient population's good. I exist, my name's Kimberly, and I exist because I've been a CTM and a CRC for over a decade, and I work with doctors like you, and now I'm going out on my own as a business owner, and I'm looking for physicians in this area to do studies with because I have studies I can get. And of course, you're going to be rewarded more than fairly compensated for your time. And if you want it to go a step further and you get some actual equity in my business, we can do that when it's appropriate. But for right now, I'm looking for independent contractor. And then you go from there. So if you go on my website, theclinicaltrialsguru.com, and you click on the Open a Clinic tab, I have like 2 hours videos, step by step, how to do this. Okay. Anyone else? So Kimberly, good luck. No time like the present to do this, by the way. No time like the present. Right now, it's never been better to be a research naive physician than right now in 2021. There are so many studies. There are not enough sites to do all these studies. There's definitely not enough patients to do all these studies. So when you approach a sponsor with a promising PI, especially when you tie them into the fact that you have experience as a CRC. So the PI might be research naive, but the site director and coordinators are not. You have a much better chance. I have a site selection visit coming up in 2 days now for my brand new site here in Yuma, Arizona. This is exactly the process that I took. And I also have now 3 other specialists, 2 dermatologists and 1 ophthalmologist in this city that have expressed interest in working with me. And the same process I just explained to you, I did with all of them. On top of that, Kimberly, when you get your first one to say yes, this is where I used to drop the ball too. This is a common thing for people to drop the ball. They say yes. You're concerned about getting them to sign a contract so that you lock them into a relationship with you. You don't need that. If they ask for it, you give them one. But my PI to this day still hasn't. It's been 3 months. He hasn't asked me for a contract, but he knows that he's going to get paid what we agreed on and how we agreed on. So don't immediately go to contract and then not talk to them again until you get a study. I've been doing weekly meetings with the PI, even just quick 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I drive all the way 20 minutes to his office every week to make sure that we're still on the same page, to make sure he doesn't forget about me, to make sure he doesn't lose the enthusiasm in research. So you got to, once you get that fire started, you got to keep fanning the flame, right? Until it's self-sustaining. Right now in my clinic, it's not self-sustaining yet. It's almost going to be self-sustaining. When my first study starts, now it's self-sustaining because now I have a reason to go into the office. We have patients coming in. Boom. Now the fire is going and self-sustaining. Now it's easy to get more studies. Now he understands better what it is. Less meetings needed. I hate meetings too. Less meetings needed. So once they say yes, don't just go to contract and then forget about them. Follow up. The old school Guru Nation, I'm talking 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. They know follow up. You new ones, I haven't said that in like years. I got tired of saying it, but I still do it. Follow up. All right. Let's see. We got a few more minutes. Romo Juju. Man, Romo, how's it going? We got to do another podcast. What are you? Are you CRA now? I think you're a CRA, right? Let me know, Romo Juju, in the comments. Romo Juju's like not one of my first employees, but one of my good ones from back in the day, like 6 years ago now. Foreign, internationally trained, international medical graduate from Egypt. Okay, CRA at IQVIA now. Congrats. International medical graduate. He had zero experience in research, but he was a foreign trained physician. So when we started my other site, Global Clinical Trials in Costa Mesa, which is very soon, God willing, going to merge with another company, Norwalk Clinical Trials, that I have to create a bigger site in Orange County. Romo Juju, who you see here, I know his real name, but we'll go by Romo Juju. That's his screen name. He was the coordinator, and we're like, look, this guy has potential because he's international medical graduate. So I know I don't need to teach him the clinical stuff. And he knows already patient safety. Patient safety is priority number one in research. So you know that a foreign trained doctor is going to already have patient safety in mind. They come with that mentality. So then it's just a matter of teaching them. It's just a matter of teaching them research, which we did. And look at him now, right? CRA with IQVIA. Unbelievable. Thank you, boss, says Romo Juju. Ismail says, I want to talk to Roma. I think he can help me. I am also a foreign MD. International medical graduate. Yep. There's a lot of opportunities for IMGs. I'm in a border town here in Arizona near Mexico. I'm like 30 minutes from Mexico. And there's a lot of international medical graduate physicians from Mexico that are looking for jobs here in Arizona. They're doing like medical assistant type stuff. So clinical research has never been a thing here. So now it's going to be. So I'm going to go that route again with the employees for the most part. Until then, we can train others like just medical assistants that are not IMGs. They're also good employees to have as coordinators or research assistants. And it's all about internal. It's not so much about the education or the background. That matters a little. It's all about mindset. Like, does this person want to learn? Does this person grasp what clinical research is? And most importantly, are they excited about clinical research? Because if they're excited about it, then I know they're not going to quit when the going gets tough. When things get tough, I know they're not going to quit. So that's those are some of the things I look for in employees. Any other things? So Ismael, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I see you're on LinkedIn. I will connect you with Romo Juju on LinkedIn, because he has a LinkedIn as well. Who is hiring? Everybody's hiring, Patrick. Everybody's hiring in research right now. Right now, I don't know one company not hiring. Now, the question is, who's the right person for what that company is looking for? And how does that company know you exist? And how does that company know what value you bring? That's the variable. That's all on the individual. The companies are hiring. So I gotta go. You could probably hear my dogs barking in the back. That's Sonic and Bodhi. I actually gotta go to my site, to my new site here, because we bought a new drug cabinet. So I gotta put that together. I gotta meet my nurse practitioner, and we bought a new desk for the doctor's office where monitors are gonna work. We have to have to work somewhere. They're gonna come Friday and ask, where are we monitoring from? I want to have them to have a desk in this room that we've picked out for them. So I got to go do that. Real stuff. We don't have any employees. It's just me, the nurse practitioner, my wife, and the PI. That's literally it. And then Chris helping with the budgets and source. And I'm a client of DSCS. I'm my own client now. So getting help getting the study leads, the budgets, all that stuff. But yes, everybody's hiring. Opportunities everywhere. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Ismail, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll connect you with Romo Juju. He's a good dude. He believes in giving back. He believes in karma. And so network. Let's network, guys, in the comments too. Everybody go find each other and go network. Look who we have. We got Patrick. We got Ismail. We got Romo Juju. We got Funlayo. Number one fan from Canada. Thank you so much, Funlayo. We got Kimberly Moreno. We got Brad Hightower. We got Christoph. Those are the people that have been active today on this short live stream. Everybody go network with each other, and I'll catch you guys later. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. Let's make hay while the sun shines. Let's go get them. Happy Wednesday.